obviously thrilled to get our first win of the season here tonight in Tennessee. We played a very good team. They had a lot of weapons. Their point guard could penetrate in the lane and kick it to three-point shooters. But I think our team was extremely determined and hungry for this win. We started out in the first quarter with the starters about as good a basketball as somebody could play. I think we had 7 offensive rebounds when we subbed, and then we kind of went on a lull. But, Zay had a monster game, 24 points, 12 rebounds. The thing is, she can do that any and every night, and we've been missing that. We've got to get Zay to understand she's not like everybody else. She can really do some things that other people can't do at times, but we need her to come on and be consistent with it and form other things around that. We need to be able to depend on that effort and that production from her.
And Coach, you talk about the first quarter, a 17-0 run that was included in that. Just talk about what it was like as a coach to see your team put it all together there.
It was great because we need not that we didn't have buy-in, but there's no question about the buy-in now because they really played special there in the beginning. A 17-0 run against a team like this is incredible. We just have to stretch those out into longer stretches, and we were really proud that we did keep our turnovers a lot lower this game. That was one of our goals. Our fouls were a bit lower, but we still had 3 post players in foul trouble. And I think that's really one thing that turned the tide. We were kind of dominating, and then we had our first 3 posts on the bench for a big part of the game. And when they went out, we were literally subbing guards in to play the post position. So we need to clean up those things, but we're happy with the effort. We're happy with the buy-in that playing that well allowed us to get in this game.
And Coach, obviously Chattanooga was able to claw their way back, make it a competitive game. But so as a coach, you got to see your team, at the highest of highs, and also, in the grit, in the dirt, knowing that you guys had to claw your way to get a double-figure victory. Talk about what it was like as a coach to see both ends of that.
So though I would love for us with that 17-0 run at the beginning, walk away with the game, because that's a skill you have to teach your team, right? How to put your thumb on somebody, how to put your foot on somebody, and we didn't do that. But it's tough because this is a good team. But one thing I am thankful for is we held the rope at the end in a tight situation. WAG really made the right passes. They really changed the speed of the game and slowed it down and held it for about 25 seconds there a couple times, which is uncharacteristic of us. But they really, I think these players, even though we have a lot of new players, they're experienced players and they know how to put a game away.
Coach, one possession in particular, I think, Troy, the offensive rebounds are always going to be the thing. One possession that stood out to me was late in that fourth quarter,
yes.
Multiple shots, went up, 2 offensive rebounds, and it ended with Zay Dyer, of course, shooting that deep 2-pointer that really just felt like that was the dagger. Just talk about that possession in particular.
Yeah, that made me feel like I was at home with Troy basketball, like how if somebody misses a shot, you just keep rebounding. The next one, if they miss it, you keep rebounding. You keep rebounding until we score. And that's what we're looking for. That's where we're trying to get the team, because when that is happening, there's nothing that I or the opposing coach can do about it if they're determined to keep rebounding until we score.
And Coach, next up, number 7 ranked LSU. You guys got your first one under the belt. How does that carry into that ranked matchup?
Right, so we have to focus on the things that it takes to win. Just keeping our man in front of us, not fouling out, not having too many turnovers. The same things that we focus on in this game are going to carry over that game. We've identified what our weaknesses are, what we need to work on. We got traction in this game. We just need to keep climbing up the mountain.